Alright guys, so I was laying down the other day and basically I was trying to figure out what's a good series that I could get going, as a noob. There's not really too many series that noobs can come across with, because as y'all know, I'm a new writer. There's not too many series that a noob can come out with and actually be taken seriously per se, so basically I came up with the idea of tips from a noob for a noob. And basically in this series I'm gonna be answering some questions of things that I wish I knew as a noob before buying a motorcycle, or things that went through my head before I bought my first motorcycle. So for today's episode, I wanted to cover something that I'm sure a lot of young new riders such as myself had to deal with at some point. Not me per se, because my dad, he's been riding, he's been a motor officer at a department for a while, and he's completely supportive in me wanting to get a motorcycle. Anyways, so it's that basically your parents or your loved ones don't want you to get a motorcycle because it's dangerous. The cold hard truth is, yes, motorcycle riding is very dangerous, and it's dangerous in multiple ways. It could be dangerous because you as a rider feel that you can do things on a motorcycle that you are not actually able to do. You're riding outside of your comfort level. You're doing things such as wheelies, you're going too fast, you're riding with people that are way outside your experience level, things like that, and that's putting yourself in danger. I mean, only you know what your experience level is and what your top is, your peaking point. Now, with that being said, that doesn't say to ride outside your comfort level, but don't go 2 to 3 levels outside of your comfort level, because it's just bad news from there. That being said, how are you going to get your loved ones to not necessarily be behind you 100% on your choice to become a rider, but to make them be like, okay, go ahead and get a motorcycle, I don't like it, but if you're going to be as safe as possible about doing it, then why not? So number one, figure out what the reason is behind you getting a motorcycle is. Mine was easy transportation, cheap transportation, and two, you see the world in a whole different perspective while riding. All right, you go up these mountains and you look off the side of the cliff and you're like, holy shit, I would have never seen that view if I was in a car. When you're in a car, you see 180 degrees in both directions. On a bike, you could turn all the way around, you could look off the peak or whatever, and you could see the view that you did not see. Those are the reasons why I got a motorcycle. Plus, my dad and I, eventually we want to start riding together and stuff, so make some road trips together and whatnot. So that was another reason why. Next, so what are you gonna do to make it seem better in their mind about you getting it? So here's a couple things that I've seen other people struggle with, and I just want to bring to your attention. So there are many classes out there that help you as a beginner in becoming better at riding, okay? And I took one myself. All right, I spent the 280 bucks, I think it was, or 180 bucks, I can't remember how much it was, but I spent the money and I went to these classes to learn the fundamentals of riding. Let me just bring to your attention as well, I have not ridden anything lower in CC on 2 wheels than this bike. This is my very first bike. It's a Kawasaki ZX6R 636. Alright, that's gonna bring that up probably the next episode for this series. But anyways, so best that you could possibly do if your parents or your loved ones aren't supportive is say, they have classes out there that are 2 to 3 days long, and they're made to teach people like me that don't have experience on two wheels how to ride a motorcycle in the safest manner possible with the most thought and safety in mind as possible. And what they do is they take you through all the way from no shit to like how to avoid an accident. So if y'all want to see something like kind of what you're gonna have to see when you go to this class, just, you know, comment in the section below, and Jesh and I will put together a little mini video of basically showing what obstacles and what there is to expect when you go to these MSF courses. But yeah, just tell them that. Say, hey, you know, they make classes and they're 2 to 3 days long. They teach me everything I need to know, and plus, when you take this course, it's also going to lower my insurance rates. Alright? Next, you need to ensure to them that, hey, the only person in control of that bike when I'm riding it is myself. Right? And with that course, it's going to teach me how to avoid said obstacles, such as car pulling out in front of you, how to use your brakes properly and be able to stop on a dime. Like, no shit, if you're new to riding, when you're on these, you could stop on a fucking dime. I mean, no, not necessarily, but you could stop a lot faster than you can on a car. Not only that, but the main thing is easing it in their mind that riding, sure, yes, the blunt honest truth, it is very dangerous. And you know who makes it dangerous is these cars sitting right around me right now, because they get in the state of mind while they're driving that, oh, there's nobody out there smaller than us, and I'm just looking for a car, and then next thing you know, they're not looking for the bike, and blah blah blah. Hence why I ride with my high beams on. That's why that switch is up right there. And anyways, so they get in this state of mind where they're not looking for you, okay? And they're probably going to be your worst enemy. But something you have under your belt is the 3 days of the MSF course. Granted, it's not that much. Your experience comes in time, but it teaches you how to avoid things. You know, like if this guy were to pull out on me right now, what would I do? You know, something along those lines. I'm getting food right now, guys, in case you're wondering. Getting that young Sonic, girl. The most amount of accidents that could happen while riding happen when you are at low speeds, and that's from rider error. So as you slow down on a bike, your bike's gonna get heavier, okay? And that's just because your momentum isn't going, and your momentum isn't going forward, which is making the bike feel lighter, okay? And it happens at low speeds when you're in a parking lot, for example. All of a sudden a car starts to back out of a parking spot, and then you slam on that freaking front brake, and then you're gonna go over forwards like this or like this, depending on which way your wheel's angled. Alright guys, so I'm not really sure where I left off in the video, but I could tell you the last thing that will probably give them some peace of mind is knowing that you're riding safely. Not only in terms of riding safely, but the fact that you're wearing the proper safety gear as well. Since day one I stepped foot on this bike, I have always worn gear. There's not a day I will get on this bike, no matter how hot it is, and you've seen that in all my videos, that I won't be out there, even if it's 115 degrees, which it probably is right now, that I will not wear my full leather jacket. With that being said as well, then you have a whole other factor to worry about, right? You gotta worry about dehydration if you live where it's hot. But you know, my best suggestion for you all is wear gear. Don't go out there squidding it. Don't live up to that name, you know. Make sure you all wear what you're supposed to. Oh, fuck my balls. But yeah, make sure you're wearing your gear like you're supposed to, alright? That's probably my best suggestion for you. Even if you show up sweaty as balls, at least wear some form of gear that offers optimal protection. Make sure you have those elbow pads, even if they're inserts. Elbow pads, make sure you have those the back protector, because that back protector is going to save the most important part of your entire body besides your head. Of course, you're going to be wearing a helmet though, but your spine, you know, your spine's very important. If you go down wrong, you could be paralyzed. So yeah, make sure you get a good helmet as well, and just show them that you're taking the steps to riding as safe as you possibly can. Basically, you're mitigating as much risk as you can with the amount of power you have as a rider, if that makes sense. So you can't mitigate how stupid drivers are or how stupid other riders are, but you can mitigate, if you were to go down, how safe you are, if that makes sense. I don't really know if it makes sense or not, but yeah. Alright guys, that being said, I'd like to thank you all for sitting in on this video. If it was helpful to you at all, go ahead and drop a like, maybe comment. If I can offer any advice, either Jesh or I, just leave the comment. We always answer every comment, no matter how stupid it is, even though there's really no stupid question. There are stupid comments though. So yeah, no matter how stupid the question you may think the question is, go ahead and drop it. Let us know. We'll answer it pretty fucking quick, because Jesh normally gets the responses to his phone. He'll let me know and he'll be like, hey, go and comment back if he can't do it. So yeah, that being said guys, thanks for watching. If you want to look out for more of these newbie series, go ahead and subscribe. I'm gonna put these all into a playlist, so that way it'll start the next one if you guys are watching this later down the line. And with that being said, I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.